Hey, it's RJ Ronquillo, and today I'm checking out the newest December update for STL AmpHub. If you're new to the AmpHub plugin, you can check out my overview video right here. Basically, it's one of my favorite amp rig plugins for recording. And the cool thing is you get monthly updates, which includes new amp models, pedals, etc. And in this update, we're checking out the Hot Watt Doctor 103 amp, the 4x12 Hot Watt cabinet, and the new Brit Drive Blue Stomp Box. So let's start with the amp. All right, so I have the Hot Watt amp loaded up into my AmpHub plugin. And just looking at it, you can obviously tell that it's based on a high watt amp, specifically the high watt custom 100 DR103, which is probably the most well-known of the high watt amps. Some notable users of this particular amp, Pete Townshend of The Who, and I believe Dave Gilmour, Pink Floyd. And while I don't own this specific amp, I have played through a 100 watt high watt amp before in the recording studio, and I can tell you that they're loud and there is a lot of headroom, meaning that it's not going to be your highest gain amp, but it does have a really nice crunch when you pump it a little bit in the volume knobs. So let's hear how it sounds. So loaded up, all the knobs are at noon. I'm plugged into the Brilliant channel on the bottom, and here's how it sounds. Oh, by the way, I'm using an HSS Vola Strat, so we can hear it with a humbucker and Strat single coils. Pretty tame as it's set right now. I am going to tweak the these two volume knobs since I'm plugged into the Brilliance channel. That should give a little bit more volume. Oh, by the way, I am using the Hot Watt 4x12 cab, which is also new in the update. I've got the Dynamic 441 on one speaker and a 57 on the other speakers. Kind of my favorite combination. I also, let's play around with maybe like a ribbon. Normal up a little bit. Compared to the Brilliant. It's a little more bottom end in the normal channel as opposed to the Brilliant channel. Between the two channels, I like the Brilliant channel. It just has that nice top end. It's not as muddy. But the cool thing about these amps, like many like Marshall amps, is you can jumper the inputs in real life and in the app. So if I double click, you see how I jumpered these two channels. So if I move there, so when they're jumpered, you can use both of the controls together and they seem to be interactive. Let's try this one. Ooh, I like that. So you can think of the normal volume channel as adding kind of the bottom end range of the crunch, and the Brilliant channel is giving you the top end of the crunch. See how it got darker? So, I mean, really, you can't go wrong with putting them all up a little bit. Play around with some of these EQ knobs. lot of bass in this amp for sure. I like to cut the bass, so I'll just leave it a little before noon. Maybe nudge the middle up a little bit. Wow. What I like about the treble knob is at the lowest point, it still sounds good, and at the highest point, it still sounds good. So it's not super bright and it's not super dark. That sounds good. Presence is where you can add that really bright top end if you wanted to. Middle is good. And the master can add a little bit of that power tube saturation as well. That sounds killer. Let's dime the brilliant and the normal channels. And maybe the master for the heck of it. So this setting is probably the most gain you're going to get out of this amp. I'm going to show you my favorite setting. It's probably close to this, but maybe not as high gainy. Something like this, kind of like that right over the edge of breakup. So this is kind of like a great platform to play around with. Let's check out some of the cabinet models real quick before moving on to the pedal. What I like to do is I'll turn off this. I don't know if you can turn it off. Yeah, just lower down the volume of the right speaker so we can just hear exactly what these mics are doing. You know, let's start from the beginning. Condenser 184. Dynamic 421. N, 421N. 441. 545D, I don't know what that one is. 57, the good old standby. Ribbon. Let's move on to the stomp box, which is the Brit Drive Blue. Now looking at it, if you're familiar with stomp boxes from the 90s, this is based on the Marshall Bluesbreaker Overdrive, which is a very popular pedal that's not, you know, a tube screamer or a clon. But what I like about it is the gain is a little bit crunchier, a little creamier than a typical overdrive pedal. And it's great for getting a great lead tone. And you can also get it to do really cool low gain stuff. But I like it a little bit kind of Robin Fordish setting. I know, I think John Mayer used this for quite a bit, as well as a lot of other players. So here is the amp by itself. And here is with the pedal on. You can see I put the volume up a little bit higher just because when it's at noon, it brings the volume down. So really put it kind of 3 o'clock. And then let's listen to the gain go up. All the way down. I like it noon and above, so let's start at like 1 o'clock. So it kind of adds that extra dimension of tube-like saturation, if you will. Go up a little bit more. You know what I want to hear? I need a little bit of delay. Maybe a little bit of reverb. That's cool. Let's dime it. I mean, you can take this high watt amp and drive it into almost like a JCM 800 Marshall territory with this pedal. Let's tweak around the tone knob. Yeah, just like the treble knob on the amp, everywhere along the sweep of the tone knob is still sweet sounding. Even if I darken it a little bit, you get that kind of... I don't know if you call it Robin Fordish, but... One more thing I wanted to do is set the amp to pretty clean. And tried the pedal with this. So hopefully you can hear the true character of the pedal a little bit better. Ooh. See, the cool thing about this plugin is I just crank the gate when I'm on single coils till it's gone. Sorry, I'm having too much fun with this rig. So that's the STL AmpHub update for December. We've got the Hot Watt amp, the Hot Watt 4x12 cabinet, and the Brit Drive Blue Stomp Box. If you'd like more information on this, I'll put the links down in the description. Thanks again for watching. If you like this video, click that thumbs up, share it with your family and friends. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, gear demos and guitar lessons, click that subscribe button. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.